we set off and we had asked everyone to kind of chime in on what their ailments are, what they wanted to ask you. Yeah. So one of the first ones that kind of came out, any exercises or things you recommend to help strengthen shoulder stability and increase range of motion.
Right. So,
and let me just give you a background. This guy, he's a climber.
Okay.
And he's dislocated his shoulder a couple times, so he's a little prone to it.
Got it. So a lot of people who dislocate their shoulder, it's, they're either born with, we call it a hypermobile shoulder. So meaning you have too much motion, or you've had a traumatic dislocation, like, you fell on your arm with it outstretched and it pushed the shoulder bone or pushed your humerus forward. So you pop the shoulder out in the forward motion.
Mm-hmm.
So usually what'll happen is the front muscles, it's called the subscapularis, it gets overstretched. So a lot of times people are just really loose in that subscapularis muscle. So the things that we would do, at least in a rehab setting, would be, internal rotation. So, you might see people at the gym, with the cables, they're doing exercises where they're bringing it towards them with the weight on the outside. So the resistance is trying to pull them in an external rotation direction, and they're bringing it towards them. And they usually do it with their arm at their side, but that's just getting a little technical. But we're trying to do things like that.
So it's my elbows are in the side here, and to strengthen that range of motion shoulder, I'm just kind of.
Yeah, and that's more of it's not so much a range of motion exercise, it's more of a strengthening exercise. We're trying to tighten up the muscle in the front of the shoulder so it doesn't pop out.
Right,
yeah.
Okay.
And that would be like a beginning type exercise. The next following exercise would be more weight bearing exercises. You could start against the wall, doing like wall push-ups, shoulder taps, you can do it with the big Swiss ball, doing things like around the world while putting your weight into the ball.
Right.
So you're trying to kick in that rotator cuff to kind of hold the humerus bone, the head of the humerus in place so it doesn't dislocate.